Hey guys, welcome to your next PHP front to back project, or not project, but video. And in this video we're going to be talking about dates. Okay, we're going to look at the date function, which is a very important function, as well as a couple others. So I'm going to create a new file here, and let's go ahead and let's save this as date.php. Okay, and I'm just going to go in my browser to localhost php sandbox / date.php. So let's throw in our tags, and let's go ahead and just echo out date, the date function, and see what happens. So by default it's going to give us a warning because we didn't put any parameters in, so it doesn't know what to give us. We can basically dissect the date and time and return whatever we want from it. Okay, so if we were to put in a lowercase d, that's going to give us the day. So let's try that, and you can see I get 01, and the date today is March 1st, 2017. So it gives us the number of the day. We can also do the month. Let's comment that out, and for this let's say month, and reload, and we get 3, okay, because it's March. If we want to get the year, we can do in uppercase Y, and that's the year. So let's comment this out, and that should give us 2017. We can even get the day of the week. So if we say echo date and we use a lowercase l, that'll give us day of the week. Okay, so if we reload that, we get Wednesday. Okay, so now we can combine these as well, which is usually what you want to do. So let's do echo date, and let's say we want the format of year, month, date. So let's do y/m/d. And if we take a look at that, it gives us 2017-3-1. Okay, if we want to use the format month, day, year, then we can just do month, day, year. Okay, and you can use whatever you want in here. For instance, if you wanted to use dashes or hyphens, you could do that as well. Okay, whatever you want. So in addition to working with dates, the date function also works with time. So if we want to say echo date, and let's pass in here an h, that'll give us the hour. Alright, so let's reload, and it gives us 02. Now that's actually wrong for me, and I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you how to fix it in a second. But I just want to show you that we can also do the minutes. Okay, so minute is going to be an I. Comment that out. Okay, so that gives us 5. And then we can also get the seconds with an S. Gives us 50. And then we can also get whether it's AM or PM with an A. Comment that out and save that, reload, and we get PM. Okay, so we can also combine these together. So let's do echo, we'll say echo date, and let's pass in here, we'll say H colon I colon SA. So let's see what that gives us. So that gives us 2:06 p.m. in 24 seconds. Now if you look at my time down here, it's actually 8:06 a.m. So what we need to do is define the time zone, okay? Because for some reason my system, my PHP and my XAMPP is set to a different time zone. So let's say set time zone, and for that we'll use date underscore default underscore time zone get, or set rather. If we want to get it, we can use get. and in here you want to put the time zone. So in my case it's America / New _ York. Okay, put that semicolon and reload. Let's see, that's invalid. Oh, this shouldn't be a space, this should be a slash. Okay, so now we get the correct time. Alright, so we can also make date and times. So I'm going to show you a function called makeTime, or mktime. What I'm going to do is set a variable called timestamp, and we're going to set this to mktime, and I'm going to set, let's say, 10 14 54 9 10 and then 1981. So this is actually my birthday, so it's hours, minutes, seconds, month, day, year. Okay, so let's see what that gives us. If we say echo timestamp, it gives us this string of numbers. Alright, you might not have been expecting that. You're probably expecting a date. Well, a timestamp, what that is, let me just paste this in. A Unix timestamp is a long integer containing the number of seconds between the Unix epoch, which is January 1st, 1970, and then to the specified time, to whatever today is, or whatever, not in this case to whatever this is. Okay, so that's the number of seconds that have passed since that date, and that gives us an exact time that we can use all around the world. Okay, now if we want to change this to an actual readable date, we can do that. Okay, we can do that using the date function. So let's do echo date, and let's say we want it in the format of month, day, year, and then we can pass in a second parameter of a timestamp. Okay, so let's pass that in, and then we reload, and we get 9/10/81. Okay, we could also add on HISA, and it also gives us the time. Okay, so we can make a timestamp with makeTime, and then we can convert that into a readable date using the date function. Alright, so the next function we're going to look at is string2time, or str2time, and it just does just that. It'll take a string and turn it into a time, and there's a whole bunch of different strings we can use, or different formats we can use. So let's say timestamp 2, and we'll set it to str2time. And in here, let's input, actually I'll use single quotes, let's do 7 o'clock p.m. and we'll say March 22nd, 2016. Okay, so that's a string. Now if we echo out timestamp 2, and let's see what we get. We get a timestamp for that date. Alright, and then we can take that timestamp and we can put it through the date function. So let's echo date, and let's see, we'll just grab this formatting right here. And actually, yeah, we'll do the time as well. I mean, yeah, the time. And then it's going to take a second parameter of timestamp 2. Okay, let's take a look at that. We want to comment this out though, and that gives us 3/22/2016, 7 p.m. Now the string that we passed in here is very specific, but we can be much more vague. So let's say timestamp 3, and we'll set it to string2time, and in here let's just put the string tomorrow. And we'll change this right here to timestamp 3. Reload, and it gives us tomorrow's date. Today's the 1st, and it's giving us the 2nd. Okay, we can also do days of the week. So for instance, I'm just going to copy this, and let's change that to timestamp 4, and then let's say next Sunday. It'll actually take that and give us a date. Change this to timestamp 4. Reload, and we get 3/5. It's going to give us the next coming Sunday. Okay, we can also do let's say +2 months, timestamp 5, reload, and it gives us 2 months from now. We could also do +2 days or years or anything like that. Okay, so it's very flexible as to what you can pass in here and get a timestamp from. Alright, so those are the basics. If you want to look into this more, to look at how you can format dates, then I'd suggest you go to the documentation. So you could go to php.net/manual/English for me, and then function dot, and then you can look up any function, so date.php. Okay, and then down here you can see all the different formatting rules that we can use. I only showed you a couple of them, but there's actually a ton of them. Alright, so you may want to check that out, and there's some examples as well. But yeah, the documentation for PHP is pretty damn good. It has definitely saved me and helped me quite a few times. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. We will be using, we'll be using dates throughout the series. So that's going to wrap it up, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.